Have you ever felt like you're working incredibly hard, but your bank account is still just thin? It's not because you're lazy. It's because deep down, there's an inner money story that's quietly running the show. And if you don't look at it, you'll just keep repeating the same cycle. Earn, worry, spend, and then blame yourself all over again. Rewriting your inner money story, a blend of soul and finance. So, what exactly is an inner money story? Every one of us has one. It's that collection of beliefs, feelings, memories, and experiences, all related to money. Most of this story lives in our subconscious, but it silently dictates how much money you feel you deserve, what kind of income you dare to ask for, how you spend, save, and invest, whether you feel fear or freedom when you talk about money. If your inner story is, money is hard to come by, rich people are greedy, or I'm just not good with money, then even if you try hard on the outside, you will always find a way to self-sabotage. As Marcus Aurelius said, you become what you give your attention to. When you apply this to money, it means if you only focus on the fear of not having enough, you will live in a state of lack. If you shift your attention to your value, to abundance, and to your ability to create, you will gradually become more prosperous from the inside out. The journey of rewriting your money story is a journey of looking within, seeing clearly what you truly believe about money, and consciously redefining those beliefs in a way that is positive, mindful, and soulful. The problem is, most of us have unconscious beliefs about money that are silently holding us back. Since we were children, we've absorbed so many ideas about money, from family, society, religion, movies. The things we hear over and over become our unspoken truths. I want to tell you a story that might sound very familiar. Let's call her Sarah. Growing up, the phrase Sarah heard most in her house was, "We can't afford that." Every time Sarah asked for something, her mom would sigh, "Money is hard, honey. Don't ask for things." Flash forward, Sarah grows up. She's smart, gets a good job in the city. Her income isn't bad. But every time she thinks about asking for a raise, she doesn't. She's afraid. I'm not as smart as the others. What if they say no? And every time she gets paid, she feels a moment of relief. And then she spends it, fast. She buys clothes, eats out, treats her friends and family. On the outside, she looks generous and fun. But by the end of the month, her account is back near zero. One day, Sarah starts to notice something. Every time she opens her banking app, her stomach tightens. Her heart beats faster. A feeling of shame, a quiet anxiety, that's hard to name. Sarah finally sits down and writes, "What did I hear about money when I was a kid? What do I really believe about rich people, about myself, about what I deserve?" And Sarah realizes, she believes having a lot of money is selfish. She believes, I'm not smart enough to be rich. She believes, money is stressful, so just spend it and get rid of the stress. When she saw those beliefs written on paper, Sarah stopped blaming herself, calling herself stupid or irresponsible. She just quietly understood, oh, I'm just replaying a story, my parents' story. A story from the past. From that day, Sarah started to rewrite her script, one line at a time. I'm not worthy of wealth. I am learning to become smarter with money every day. Having money is selfish. Having money allows me to take better care of the people I love. Money is hard to make. Money is a result of the value I create, and I am learning to create more value. It wasn't like her life changed in a week. But after a few months, Sarah asked for a raise for the first time. She started a small savings account. And most importantly, she no longer felt ashamed of money. Sarah's story might be very similar to your story. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to rewrite the conversation you're having with money and with yourself. One of the most common beliefs is money is the root of all evil. If you deep down believe that money is bad, dangerous, or the thing that makes people corrupt, you will feel afraid of having too much, subconsciously get rid of it, earn it, then lose it, or spend it all. Feel guilty when you become more successful than others. The truth: money is just a neutral tool. It's not good or bad. Its value depends on the hands and the heart of the person using it. Some use money to harm, others use it to heal, to help, to build. When you shift from money is bad to money is a tool for me to do good, your entire energy around it changes. Another belief that is just as toxic is, I'm not worthy. I'm not smart enough to be rich. This belief often comes from feeling insecure about your background, criticism or comparisons from parents or teachers, past experiences of failure or debt. When you believe you don't deserve it, you will never ask for a raise or charge higher prices, reject good opportunities, devalue your own time and effort. The new story to write is, I am a person of value, and I deserve to be compensated fairly. I can learn to be better with money, one step at a time. My income can grow as I grow. Next is a very common mindset. Money is scarce and hard to earn. This is the scarcity mindset. You're always afraid there won't be enough. You feel constant stress around money. You find it hard to see opportunities because your mind is filled with worry. The new mindset isn't money falls from the sky. The new mindset is, the world is still full of valuable opportunities. Money is the result of the value I create, plus the beliefs I carry. I have the right to learn, try, fail, and grow on this journey. Speaking of this, many people experience what we call financial self-sabotage. Here are a few common signs. First, you earn more, you spend more. Every time your income increases, instead of saving a portion, you immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Nicer coffee, more expensive things. You're not getting poorer, but you're not moving forward. Second, you avoid looking at the real numbers. You avoid opening your bank app, avoid facing your debt, avoid sitting down to budget. You say, thinking about money just gives me a headache. But the avoidance is what makes the fear grow. Third, you over-reward yourself when you're tired. After a stressful day, you tell yourself, whatever, I worked hard, I deserve this. And just like that, money becomes a tool to numb your emotions, not a tool to build your life. Fourth, you always feel you're not good enough to earn more. You don't apply for the big job. You don't take on the big project. You don't raise your prices. Not because you're actually incapable, but because that inner voice whispers, you don't deserve this. Fifth, you feel jealous of wealthy people, but you won't examine your own beliefs. You get annoyed when you see someone living lavishly, but at the same time, you believe rich people probably did something shady. Or, you can't be rich and be a good person. If you see yourself in any of these signs, it's okay. It just means it's time to pause and start rewriting that inner story. Another common fear is having a lot of money is selfish or greedy. Many people are afraid of wealth because they're afraid of being judged, being isolated from their loved ones, being taken advantage of. The truth is, money doesn't make you a bad person. It just amplifies who you already are. A kind person with money has more resources to be kinder. A selfish person with money becomes more openly selfish. If you are a person with a good heart and real value, the world needs you to be wealthy so you can do more meaningful things. And finally, a belief that sounds noble but is very limiting. Money can't buy happiness, so it doesn't matter. It's true, money cannot directly buy love, peace, or purpose. But a lack of money can easily lead to stress, exhaustion, and feeling trapped. Having enough money gives you better choices, the ability to care for your health, your family, and to grow as a person. Money is not the end goal, but it is an important vehicle. The right question isn't, does money buy happiness? The right question is, how will I use money to live a happier and more meaningful life? Once you've identified those beliefs, it's time to transform your relationship with money, from scarcity to abundance. This is where the soul and finance part really comes alive. We're not just talking about numbers. We're talking about the energy, the frequency, and the emotion you bring to money. First, remember, money is a tool, not your master. Look at money as a tool to fulfill your life's purpose, an energy current that flows in and out, a partner on your journey, not a king or a villain. When you stop idolizing money and stop demonizing it and just see it as a part of life, you will become less afraid, less obsessed, and start to manage it with more clarity. Second, learn to connect money to your soul, your values, and purpose. Ask yourself, if my money were a river, where would I want it to flow? What matters most to me, and how can money serve that? Maybe it's taking care of your family, learning and upgrading your skills, experiences and travel, giving back, charity, contributing to your community, the freedom to choose work that you love. When you connect money to what you truly care about, money becomes meaningful, less heavy, less heartless. That is soul and finance. Money is not just for survival, it's for living true to your soul. Right now, if you can, just close your eyes for a second and ask yourself, what is one belief I have about money that might not be true anymore? Don't rush for an answer. Just let that question sit with you, right there, for a moment. Next, practice an abundance or sufficiency mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. Abundance doesn't mean you always have to have a lot. You always have to be spending lavishly. It means realizing you already have so much: health, knowledge, relationships, opportunities. Appreciating and using what you have well, and from that place, attracting new opportunities and resources. Wealth isn't just how much is in your account. It's also having less fear, having less envy and comparison, having more peace. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through gratitude. It's a powerful frequency for attracting wealth. Gratitude is one of the strongest energetic frequencies. When you are truly grateful for the opportunities to earn, the small amounts of money that still come to you, the lessons you learned from losing money or making mistakes, your mind will stop judging yourself as stupid or bad. Stop labeling yourself as unlucky or a failure, and open up to new possibilities. A very simple practice you can start right now. When you receive money, silently say, "Thank you." When you spend money, also say, "Thank you for how this money served me. Now it goes on to serve someone else." You can treat this as a small, mindful ritual with money. And to complete the circle, learn to give so the energy can flow. Money is like blood in the body, water in a river. If it's all hoarded in one place, it stagnates and becomes toxic. Giving doesn't mean you have to make huge donations. You have to give more than you can afford. It means sharing what you can, investing in the people you love, contributing a small part to causes you believe in. When money is allowed to flow, you will feel your positive impact, become less obsessed with losing or keeping, feel wealthy from the inside. That all sounds good, but how do you actually do it? Here are the practical steps you can apply, one by one. First, write your money biography. Get a pen and paper, or a doc, Notion, etc., and write your very first memories of money. How your parents talked about money. The phrases you heard most often. "We don't have money for that." "Money is the root of all problems." "A man has to earn a lot of money." The emotions that usually come up when you think of money: anxiety, fear, guilt, joy, excitement, etc. After you've done that, underline the negative beliefs and write a new, more positive, more realistic belief next to it. Example: "I'm always broke." "I am learning to manage and create more money every day." Second, practice meditation and visualization of your abundant future. For 5 to 10 minutes a day, you can sit quietly, breathe deeply, notice the anxieties about money as they rise. Just watch them. Don't fight them. Imagine the version of you who is financially free. Where are you living? What does your day look like? What are you using your money for? Feel the emotions of relief, sufficiency, and gratitude as if it's happening right now. Combine this with a few affirmations. I am worthy of a life of abundance. Money comes to me with ease and integrity. I use money in alignment with my values and my soul. Third, practice thanking your money every day. Suggestions: every time you open your bank app, instead of sighing, say, "Thank you for what I have." When you pay for something, "Thank you for this money that helped me eat, travel, learn." When you receive money, "Thank you to the flow of abundance coming to me." It's simple, but if you do it consistently, your emotional charge around money will soften. Fourth, align your finances with your values. Do this small exercise. Write down your top 5 most important values, e.g., family, health, freedom, learning, community. Look at where your money is actually going. What are you spending the most on? What's truly important, but getting very little? Start to adjust. Cut back on spending. That doesn't align with your values. Slowly increase the spending. That does. Money is just energy that makes your priorities visible. Let it speak the language of your soul. And fifth, become conscious of the language you use about money in your home. Limit phrases like, "Money is such a pain," "We're so poor," "Money just causes trouble." Replace them with, "We will prioritize spending on what's important. I am learning to get better at this money stuff." Money is a tool that helps us take care of each other. If you have children, talk about money openly. Let them practice managing a small amount. Teach them gratitude, sharing, and using money meaningfully. You are rewriting the money story for the next generation. To strengthen you on this journey, we can borrow a little wisdom from Stoicism. Stoic philosophy teaches, true wealth is not about how much you have, but how little you need to feel content. External things like money and fame do not define your character. What matters is how you use them. We cannot control everything that happens, but we can always control our attitude and our choices. In finance, this means you can't control the market, interest rates, or the economy, but you can control your own financial education, your discipline with spending, saving, and investing, your calm in the face of volatility, your refusal to let money define your self-worth. When you combine stoicism, calm, discipline, sufficiency, with soul and finance, gratitude, abundance, purpose, you will panic less about money, compare yourself less to others, become more grounded, which in turn helps you attract better opportunities. If this is resonating with you, I want to invite you on a small journey, a 30-day challenge to rewrite your inner money story. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just 10-15 minutes every day, dedicated to you and your money, but in a soulful way. Days 1 to 7, identify the old story. Every day, write down 1 to 2 memories about money, from childhood, from your family, phrases that haunt you. Write down the feeling, fear, shame, anger, helplessness. No judgment, just awareness. Days 8 to 14, name the old beliefs. From those stories, pull out the beliefs you're carrying. Money is hard. I'm not smart. People like me can't be rich. Write each belief on paper. Look right at it. Sometimes, just seeing it clearly is enough to make it lose its power. Days 15 to 21. Write the new script. Each day, pick one old belief and write its new version. A version that is kinder and more honest to who you are now. Example: I'm always broke. I am learning to create and manage money better, one step at a time. I don't deserve a high income. My income can grow alongside my personal development. Read the new script every morning or night, like a reminder. Days 22 to 27. Practice new behaviors. Choose one tiny action. Track your spending for one day. Move a very small amount into savings. Say no to one emotional purchase. When you do it, write down how you felt. You are proving to your brain, I can do things differently. Days 28 to 30. Integrate and give thanks. Look back at the whole month. Write down, what did I realize about money? Which belief has softened for me? What am I most proud of myself for in the last 30 days? And finally, write a short letter to your future self. To the version of me who is more financially free and at peace, say something kind to yourself. 30 days won't make you rich overnight, but 30 days is enough to change the direction of the ship. And sometimes, a change of just a few degrees is all it takes to end up at a completely different destination. To close, always remember, you are the author of your money story. Money is not just numbers, bank accounts, bills. Money is a mirror for your inner beliefs, a flow of energy through your life, a tool for your soul to experience, to love, and to contribute. You have the power to stop, to look, and to rewrite. Today, you can start with the smallest steps. Write down one old money story. Choose one new, more positive belief. Say thank you when money comes in and goes out. Make one spending choice that feels more soulful. Each small choice, repeated every day, will gradually build a new money story. One where you are rich not just in your wallet, but rich in your soul. If this journey speaks to you, you can save this video and start the 30-day challenge for yourself. And if you want to continue walking this path of soul and finance together, where we talk about money with peace, depth, and non-judgment, you can subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what comes next.